So you're just sitting there and just thinking about BigCommerce. You want to buy, should I buy, should I not buy? So you come to the right place, because into this conversation, I would explain to you everything you need to know about BigCommerce. I'll give you an in-depth review. So at the end, you'll have a clearer idea about which way you should go. Let me first give you an overview. So when you think about BigCommerce, I want you to think about a paid-for hosted e-commerce solution that allows business owners to set up an online store and sell their products on the web. Okay, this is really important because when I say hosted, this means what? It means BigCommerce runs on its own servers. You don't have to buy web hosting or install any software on your computer to use it. As long as you have access to a web browser and the internet, you can build and manage your store from anywhere. Okay, so in that, it's kind of similar to Shopify. It's kind of similar to Big Cartel and other players in this industry. So Big Cartel, in that sense, becomes what? They are similar to, not similar. They are a software as a service solution. So a SaaS solution means what? It means you don't own the software. You instead have to pay a monthly fee to use it. Okay. So the BigCommerce platform comes with a range of customizable templates to help you design your online store. So you can actually sell physical or digital goods. You don't really need to have to possess design skills, because everything is done for you. You have access to a constellation of templates. This is really cool. And by the way, boss, welcome back to the show. Really appreciate having you here. We want to quickly go through this BigCommerce review so you have a clearer, as I said before, an in-depth, a more granular view of the platform. Here are the pros and cons that I want you to really remember when you think about BigCommerce. The pros. So the overall feature when it comes to flexibility and ease of use is fantastic on BigCommerce. Very simple, very easy to use. You have a constellation of great templates you can use. Its multi-storefront feature allows merchants who runs multiple stores a great way to save money. Okay, it has a product review functionality. It has a drag and drop page builder functionality. Okay, it's really easy to create custom fields. This is really cool, and you are able to allow your customers to upload files. Like if you were to run a white label service, you're able to allow your customers to upload files during their purchases as well. So everything is kind of cool. What about the cons? Again, there is a long list of pros, but I just want to quickly go straight to the point. In terms of cons, our view. By comparison to some of its competitors, you have to pay quite a lot to avail yourself of abandoned cart functionality. Okay, and limits are placed on annual online sales. So if you exceed them, you'll pay to upgrade to a more expensive monthly plan. And the free themes are in so many cases too similar to each other. So you have to actually pay for, a theme if you really want to have quality. So speaking about paying, let's talk about pricing here. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic, we are having a BigCommerce review. I'm going in depth as granular as possible here. Okay. So when you think about BigCommerce and the pricing, you have a four pricing levels. So you have a quartet of pricing tiers. You have what they call the BigCommerce Standard, the BigCommerce Plus, the BigCommerce Pro, and the BigCommerce Enterprise. I want you to look right now at what the price is as of the date of this show. Okay, so the thing is, when you think about the BigCommerce Enterprise, the pricing varies depending on your business requirements. Okay, now there is a 25% discount that is available for the Standard, Plus, and the Plus and Pro plan if you pay annually for them, as opposed to monthly. And there's also a 15-day free trial that's available. We always tell our clients and our viewers, for that matter, to always avail yourself of the free trial period, so you can actually test the waters. You can see if you're comfortable with the functionalities. You love the dashboard. You love the templates. You love how you navigate the whole thing before you actually buy. Okay, it's really important to understand that. And what we love about in terms of the four plans that I just spoke to you about, there's a biggie that you need to be aware of. Okay, the enterprise. First of all, the enterprise plan is geared more towards larger businesses and corporations. Okay, users with very high bandwidth and advanced selling requirements. So the thing that we love about the Standard, the Plus, and the Pro plan is that you have the ability to run multiple stores using one account. Okay, so if you want to run multiple stores using one account, you have to think about whether you should go with the Plus or the Pro plan. Okay, and the standard plan is really basic. Okay, you are able to run, of course, multiple online stores, but you have limited bandwidth. Okay, you got to really think about that, and you might also be limited in terms of selling in multiple currencies. Okay, but overall, it's just more a matter of selling. The difference in pricing and difference in plans is more in terms of the functionalities you have access to that you can unlock, things like the abandoned cart recovery process, okay, and also your international ability, your international capabilities. For example, if you go with the standard plan, there's an annual sales limit of $50,000. Once you go above that, then you have to actually move up to another plan. So they're just trying to really make sure that if you're making more money, that you don't forget them too. So it is what it is. Let's talk about the features here. So I want to quickly first dwell a little bit on the core selling features that you actually encounter in BigCommerce. So the thing is, in BigCommerce, everything depends on the plan you actually opt for, right? So if you have the standard versus the plus or the pro or the enterprise, you have a different levels, different layers of service. However, all plans include the choice of 12 free templates, the ability to sell unlimited products in categories of your choosing, as long as you don't actually exceed the annual revenue threshold. You have a drag and drop page builder. You have integrations with PayPal and a wide range of other payment gateways. So this is really good. You also have the ability to accept multiple payment methods, including credit cards and smartphone-based services like Google Pay and Apple Pay. So those are the digital payment services or the payment functionalities. You have unlimited staff accounts. You have blogging functionality, search engine optimization tool, SEO tools, integration with third-party apps, discount, coupons, and gift vouchers. You have product review functionality, the ability to edit CSS and HTML, and professional reporting. So when we talk about professional reporting, we're having a conversation about analytics, okay? And when it comes to analytics, the back end of BigCommerce is kind of cool because you do have the depth and breadth of a dashboard reporting that you need to actually know exactly what's happening in your store, okay? So this is really important. Do not neglect that because you're going to need it later on. So you're able to do a lot of stuff. So when we talk about the features, you have the abandoned cart saver feature. You are able to sell in multiple currencies. This is really cool. So you are able to sell internationally. Don't forget the implications when it comes to sales tax, okay? And you are able to sell in multiple languages with BigCommerce. And, I want to reassure you that BigCommerce is compliant when it comes to GDPR. So if you sell it internationally and you have clients that are logging into your website from the European Union, you are good to go. You are actually covered, okay, when it comes to GDPR. Let me quickly talk to you about drop shipping with BigCommerce. So many BigCommerce merchants will be interested to learn how the platform handles dropshipping. Okay, just want to quickly remind you if you're not familiar with dropshipping, it's basically a business model where you don't keep what you're selling in stock. Okay, instead you take an order, sending the details to a supplier, and that supplier will send the goods to your customer. Okay, the advantage of this model is that you don't need much startup capital. Okay, and there's no need to purchase any stock before you start selling. So the disadvantage is that the low startup costs mean that there are a lot of people doing it, and it ends up being quite a competitive business area. Okay, you can use BigCommerce to dropship, but in order to do so, you'll need to install a third-party app from BigCommerce's app market to facilitate it. Okay, and so this is really what it is. But there are quite a few apps available to help you dropship with BigCommerce. We have actually tallied about 35 to 50. Okay, and with the key ones include AliExpress dropshipping, Spocket, Wholesale to Be, Inventory Source, Printful, Printify, Custom Cat, and Synchy. Okay, and so these apps vary in price to use, with free trials being available for some of them. In terms of point of sale functionality in BigCommerce, not a problem. It's really nice to have. You have it, okay? And in terms of file uploads and custom fields, this is also good when it comes to BigCommerce. Very, very easy to use. What about tax rules and and value added tasks. Now, the thing you need to understand here is that BigCommerce has done a lot when it comes to compliance with international tax rules and international sales tax rules or VAT rules. So you are good to go there. Also, in terms of, let's just quickly talk about digital goods. You can sell digital goods, not a problem. And what about shipping? Well, BigCommerce allows you to set up a variety of shipping rules and methods. Things like you can choose like free shipping rates, flat rates, price-based rates, weight-based rates, in-store pickup, real-time shipping rates from third-party carriers. So again, going back to what I said, you have the functionality. You also have the capabilities there. Okay, so this is kind of cool. One thing I want to say here is that overall, the interface and interface is really cool. Ease of use is great. Okay, BigCommerce's interface is in general straightforward and user-friendly. It's relatively similar in quality and appearance to Shopify's and Squarespace's. Okay, so again, here it's just fantastic. You can just rest assured that you've been taken care of. What about the templates? Let's quickly have a convo about the templates. But before I do this, I want to quickly remind you, boss, we are having a conversation to this topic. We are having a conversation about BigCommerce. I'm giving you an in-depth BigCommerce review, so you have a clearer idea. You have a more granular idea of what the platform is about before you buy, before you commit. Let's quickly talk about the templates. So when we talk about templates, we're having a conversation at two levels here. Two levels. So there are two layers that you need to comprehend. So you have the free templates and you have the paid templates. So BigCommerce offers a reasonably good selection of responsive templates that you can use for the design of your online store. So there are about 12 to 15 free BigCommerce themes and about 181 to 200 paid themes. Okay, each one contains a number of different variants. So there is quite a lot to choose from. Okay, so you can just go to the BigCommerce theme marketplace and really access them. What we love about the BigCommerce free themes is that they are contemporary, they are professional in appearance, and they provide a good starting point for building an online store. You know, sometimes when you think about free themes, you kind of have this sort of like a very ugly and dodgy themes. BigCommerce doesn't have that. They actually give you something really serious that you'll be happy to actually put in your store. So this is kind of cool. Okay, and so you can choose between the free themes, the paid for themes, okay? And you can use the BigCommerce themes very easily, nothing complicated at all. One thing I want to say here that's important to actually mention here is that you are able to actually access an advanced constellation of SEO features through BigCommerce. Okay, you're able to set your store up real quick when it comes to SEO, so that you can have free organic traffic from the internet, from Google and from Bing and other search engines. Okay, and we're talking about BigCommerce helping you in terms of text optimization, but also image optimization. Okay, you can use the platform also for your blogging needs. Okay. What about analytics and reporting? BigCommerce there also is kind of cool. I mean, if you were to compare them with Shopify and Wix and other players and WooCommerce, BigCommerce is they're high up there. Like they're basically they provide you with a broad and very sophisticated dashboard whereby you can see customer reports, marketing reports, search data reports, finance reports, abandoned cart reports. They're so important. Abandoned cart reports, so you know what's working, you know what's not working. Okay, so you're constantly in the loop. So this is kind of cool. And one thing I also want to see here is that overall, when we think about analytics, BigCommerce is pretty strong. I mean, their offering is really strong and very detailed too. I mean, for us, when we analyze those platforms, we really pay attention to granularity, and BigCommerce in that department is spot on. Let me give you a few extra info so that you can deepen your understanding of the platform before buying. Okay, now what about iOS and Android apps for BigCommerce? Well, after several years without a mobile app available, the good news is that BigCommerce has already introduced one. So available for both Android and iOS, the new app allows you to manage your store on the go. So it also allows you to, let's say, you can access all your stores with one login. Okay, you can check your store's revenue, orders, visitors, and conversion rates by week or by month. You can view and search your store's orders. You can access individual order details, and you can update your order status. You can view and search all your stores, customers, access individual customer details, including order history, and you can contact customers via in-app phone and email links. It's really important to look at things in a different way because, see, if you have one store, one BigCommerce store, you can say, well, this is not really important. But if you had 2, 3, 4, if you had 10, 20, then you really need to have this sort of a centrality in the design and the navigation so that you know exactly, and you can do so through an app. So you know exactly you can save time, but you can also make more money while saving time. What about security and backups? Security and backups are great in BigCommerce, and BigCommerce is a SaaS offering, is a software as a solution, so offering. It's a hosted solution, so they provide in the back end all the security that you need. Okay, and I'm talking about PCI compliance, two-factor authentication, SSL. Those are really employed to keep your site and its transactions secure. And BigCommerce is also really great when it comes to GDPR compliance. I just mentioned this briefly a few minutes ago, so that if your customers are visiting, if you have EU customers visiting your website, no matter where they're located, you are good to go. And when it comes to BigCommerce customer support, this is an area that you really need to know about. So BigCommerce actually, they do provide a 24-hour live agent customer support via phone, email, or chat. Okay, so this is kind of cool, which is something that not everybody does in this business. And we also love the fact that their help center contains a wide range of support articles. Okay, and they also have you can currently access their customer support in Dutch, English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Mexican Spanish. So you do have that flexibility here. Let me give you some of, I want to quickly talk about their rivals. Okay, BigCommerce is just a fantastic player here. It's also important to remember that they're not the only one, and they have, bigger player, or I would say same size players. Okay, so you have Shopify, you have WordPress, you have Ecwid, you have WooCommerce, you have Squarespace. At the end of the day, what's really important for you is what are your store needs? What are your online business needs? You got to have a clear idea. You need to have a very clear idea, a transparent process. It's a transparent vision into what you are trying to really get to. Okay. When you think about BigCommerce, obviously you have access to a constellation of templates. You have a hosted plan. Now, do you want to host things yourself, or you are comfortable with self-hosting? I mean, do you want to host it, or you want to have a hosted? Okay, because the alternative will be WordPress, for example. WordPress has this capability where you can actually update things yourself. Okay, so and are you which niche are you in? Are you an artist? Are you a creative? Like, if you're a creative and you pay attention a lot to the visual elements of your website or your store, maybe you might want to think about Squarespace, right? Or Big Cartel. I mean, if you are going to sell, if you want to use the Webflow functionality, this will be like at another level. But we're not talking today about Webflow. But what I want to say here is what you need to be very clear about what your goals are. And if you have questions, by the way, I want you to drop the question in the comment section. We'll answer you, because it's kind of hard to answer a generic question here, because every situation is different. But you got to have a clear idea of what you want. And once you have that capability, once you have that, not capability, that clarity, once you have this analytical clarity, we can actually help you and say, okay, you know what? Based on your situation, we think Ecwid is better, or we think Squarespace is better, or we think, Wix is better, GoDaddy is better. Okay, so every situation changes based on your needs. So here is a decision for you before we close to this conversation. One thing I want to say here is that it's really important to say, should you go with BigCommerce? Well, yes. In our view, yes. BigCommerce is one of the most feature-packed hosted online store builders that we have tested, and we have been testing a lot of them. Okay, and what we love is the entry-level plan that actually provides significantly more built-in features than many competing products, and their multi-storefront feature, which lets you build multiple stores using just one account. In our view, this is an excellent value for money. Okay, it's really strong on the SEO front with good control over all SEO elements being provided and automatic image optimization features available out of the box. So this is really cool. On top of that, you have the multi-currency selling functionality that allows you to make money internationally. Okay, for us, it's a great tool if you are trying to scale down the road, because when people talk about scaling, they're not just talking about scaling within the United States. If you are based in the United States, you got to really think about scaling worldwide. That's what the whole scaling thing, becomes very interesting. In our view, the only few areas where BigCommerce can actually improve is the template, okay, the dashboard, the ease of use. So if they could just maybe vary a little bit, add more templates, okay, not just the 12 or 15 free templates, but actually have a more functionally available templates. They can charge for it. That's fine. People will pay for it anyway. But if they can just beef up the template offer a little bit, that'll be really fantastic. And also, they need to work on the user experience, the friendliness of the dashboard, and how things are really laid out so that the users can find things quickly and not waste time on trying to just to find a tool or something. Okay, so this is in our view things that can really bring a BigCommerce offer to another level. But bottom line, you can sell in multiple currencies on BigCommerce. Yes, they actually charge transaction fees. Okay, and you can sell video content on BigCommerce. So you can sell everything from digital products, including video. Okay. However, you'll need to note that a file size limit of 512 megabyte applies here. So if your video content is larger than what you may need to, like if it's larger, you may need to investigate a different delivery method, for example, a Dropbox link or a dedicated downloads app from the BigCommerce store. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about a BigCommerce review. I was just giving you a BigCommerce review. So I spoke about the overview, the pricing, the features that you need, the templates, the extra info, the rivals, and the decision that you need to make. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.